Well, we've all heard of the honeymoon period of a marriage when arguments are non-existent and frustration is short-lived. But a report has found that 6 out of 10 couples believe that stage is only temporary and admit their love life needs improving.
Luckily, our next guest says there is a simple 30-second trick.
It's not what you're thinking.
It's not what you think. That can bring back wedded bliss. Relationship expert Kristen Hansen joins us now. Kristen, Sonia and I did warn you that anything like this makes us giggle. Firstly, every marriage goes through ups and downs, but sometimes there are bad periods that can last for a while. So why is that?
Well, I guess the first thing to recognise is when we're first in love and first in a relationship, we have these euphoric neurochemicals going off in our brain and we feel great and we're so excited, but unfortunately that dampens the part that looks at all the errors or the things that we might not like in the future.
Beer goggles.
Beer goggles, and that's physically happening in the brain.
Right.
And so over time, that reawakens that part of the brain that recognises that fight, flight, freeze response. And so the small things that niggle at us become bigger and bigger and bigger, and we respond much more quickly and much more irrationally sometimes, if you like.
Yeah. So we go into this threat state. That's what it's called, isn't it? So it's fight, flight,
freeze.
Freeze. Okay.
Which is where some people don't say anything. And they're really angry or really upset, but they don't say
Hence
anything.
the silent treatment.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So you've developed a 30-second strategy that can save a marriage. And that involves breathing.
That's right. So the first step in the 30-second, I guess, circuit breaker or marriage saver, if you like, is when we feel that sense of threat, let's just take a moment to pause and breathe. Now, the reason for that is it does add oxygen back to the part of our brain that helps regulate emotions, the thinking part of the brain.
Yeah,
and
but if I'm watching you and we're having a fight and you're doing one of these, I'll be like, are you okay there, buddy? Do we have a problem? Do you want me to get you an oxygen?
That's right. So I think it's more that we just need to recognise that when something frustrates us, even thinking breathe, label, reappraise, which is the 30 seconds,
don't let them see me breathing,
actually help us. But just the pause before we sort of launch or say something or have you is important.
Kristen, the thing is, we do, and it can be something really trivial, like
that's right.
Opening the dishwasher just to realise that you're the one that's going to unpack it again.
Well, if you packed it properly, then maybe there wouldn't be a problem.
That's right. But even unpacking it and being quick and being rushed in it, and then the glasses clinking, that can start to be something that you think, hang on a minute, slow down. You'll some extra. And so we end up having these small little things that frustrate us.
So we have to label our emotions.
We label it, so we give it a name. So we say, okay, I'm feeling frustrated, or I'm feeling annoyed or disappointed, or angry. We give it a name because that helps us bring it back into the rational part of the brain rather than just feeling the frustration.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then finally you say we need to reappraise ourselves in our relationship. So what do you mean? How do we do that?
So when these events occur, these stimulus that make us frustrated, annoyed, etc., we need to have a look at, is it really big? Is this glass clinking or how they open the dishwasher, is that really the most important thing? That's right. And so reappraisal means let's have a look at what can I be grateful for, or how can I look at the positive here, or will this really matter in 5 years or even 2 days, and am I making something in the moment out of not something big? So reappraisal is about how do we shift a little bit more toward the positive, away from that threat state, cognitively. And if we're actively doing it, what it does is it calms that emotional reaction down in that moment.
Is it more female than male? Do women tend to get a little bit more, niggly and ticked off about things like the dishwasher, or do you know?
Basically, it's male.
Like that expression.
That's right.
That annoys me.
Right. That's right. I guess it's male imperfection that generally bothers us.
That face.
Why this face?
I
have to live with this face. You have to live with this face.
Exactly.
You're contractually obliged to live with this face. That's what a marriage is.
That's right.
Kristen, this is some great advice here. 30 seconds is all it takes. For more information, head to, is it EnHansen?
EnHansen.
Yep. EnHansen.
Oh,
of course,
EnHansen.
EnHansenperformance.com.au. You must come back in again. That was fun.
Thank you very much for having me.